Hey everyone, Two Angry Frogs here, and with patch 1107, we have a new massive meta achievement for the War Within. From defeating rares to finding treasures, inert earthen, and lost mementos, there's a lot to be done here across Khaz Algar, and we've built custom maps to show you exactly where you can find everything. And when completed, the meta achievement rewards 2 new mounts, the Shadow of Doubt and the Breaker's Song. So join us as we walk through every detail so you don't miss anything to get these new mounts and complete a heap of new and current achievements. So a quick note before we begin. The new meta achievement, Xal Not Pass, requires completing numerous achievements in the main 4 zones of the War Within and the new zone in 1107, the Siren Isle. To avoid a long delay in getting this to you and to not inundate you with a 50 to 60 minute video, we're breaking this down into 5 parts. The first 4 each covering a single Khaz Algar zone, and then 1 covering the Siren Isle. In this video, part 1, we're diving into the Isle of Dorn and how to complete the achievement Slate of the Union. For Slate of the Union, you experience life as the Earthen do by completing 5 achievements in the Isle of Dorn and 1 in Ringing Deeps. These include Adventurer of the Isle of Dorn, Treasures of the Isle of Dorn, Flat Earthen, We're Here All Night, A Star of Dorn, and Rock to Sleep. None of the achievements are overly difficult to complete, but can take some time since some are tied out to specific events, renown, or rare mob spawn timers. For the first achievement, Adventurer of the Isle of Dorn, you need to complete 10 special encounters across the Isle of Dorn zone. Not all of them are up at all times, and some are much easier to complete than others. We've marked on the world map where all of these can be found. Based on enemy difficulty, spawn timers, and other factors, I found the quickest way to complete this achievement is with the following encounters. The first rare, Bloodmaw, patrols the hillside south of Freywood Village. It's accompanied by 2 wild Stormhowls, but is a very straightforward and easy kill. Bloodmaw has a short respawn timer, so it returns after being killed pretty quickly. Next up is Rustful Titancap. Titancap patrols around the Orcrag mining area, and like with Bloodmaw, Titancap has a short respawn timer, so it returns pretty quickly. Plagueheart has a bit longer respawn timer, but this is one that can be tamed by hunters. You can find it at the edge of a pond in Boskroot Basin near the Fungal Folly Delve entrance. Note that if you tame Plagueheart, it does count toward completing the encounter, just as if you defeated him. Springbubble can be found on a rock formation in the Boulder Springs area. This is another one with a very short respawn timer, so if it is not there, it does respawn pretty quickly. Next is Escape Cutthroat, which can be found on a small island north of Dar Oztan. Look for a campfire on the back side of the island. Cutthroat has a 20-minute respawn timer, so if it's not up at the time, it's not a significant wait. Kronolith, Might of the Mountain, is on top of the mountain at Thul Madran at Thunderhead Peak. Be aware of his Seismic Slam ability, which can knock you off of the mountain. Kronolith has a 20-minute respawn timer, so the wait time is reasonable if not up at the time. Sandres, the Relic Bearer, can be found at Golgrin's Reach, and like some others, has a very short respawn timer, so this is one you can grab very quickly. Warphorn you can find patrolling south of Rambleshire. This rare is another one that hunters can tame and get credit for. Warphorn, like several others, has a short respawn timer, so is quick to get. Finally, you can choose between several others that are typically up within a short amount of time. These include Shallowshell the Clacker at the Three Shields area in the northwest of the Isle of Dorn, the Kobold Flamekeeper Graz at Morning Rise near the Kriegvoll's Rest Delve, and Gar'loc High Shaman at the Glimmering Shore in the south. For the remaining rares, you either have to navigate a lot of enemies to get to them, or they have unreasonably long respawn timers, but these can also be used to complete the achievement. Clawbreaker Khazithix, located along a riverbank where the Nerubians are northeast of Rambleshire, has a 1 to 2 hour respawn, so if it's not up, you could be waiting a while to get this one. Kariki, Rotfist, and Zovex all spawn in the same location in Tranquil Strand, but have a minimum of 30 minutes and can take up to an hour between respawns depending on which enemy is up next. For Emperor Pitfang, it does spawn frequently, but getting to it requires a lot of running through the cave at the Opal Crag mine, so it's definitely not the most efficient. Sweet Spark the Oozeful, Tefratani, and Matriarch Charfuria all have respawn timers between 40 minutes to an hour and are located in the middle of a lot of elite bee and wolf mobs at Cinderwold. However, for hunters, Tefratani and Matriarch Charfuria are tameable if you're looking for some different pets and pet looks. Twice Stinger the Wretched and Tempest Lord Incarnus are both located at Thunderhead Peak and have respawn timers that are unusually long, so it can take a while to see these if they have been recently killed. And then finally, Alanura, which you can get as a mount, requires collecting 10 crackling shards that randomly drop from defeating enemies across the Isle of Dorn. These are a very low drop rate item, so this could take a very long time to complete. For the achievement Treasures of the Isle of Dorn, you need to find all of the hidden treasures across the Isle of Dorn zone. The first, Trees treasure, is the most involved, requiring you to find several items across the zone. You'll start by talking to Frey-sworn Letitia in a cave behind the waterfalls north of Dornegal. She will ask you to find pearlescent shell crabs across the island. You'll need to find 6 in total. You'll find the first at Boskroot Basin under a tree root near the pond where you found the rare Plagueheart. You can use the tar command to make it easier to find the crabs by entering tar pearl in the chat window. Once you have the shell crab targeted, use the crab guiding branch item to send the shell crab back to Frey-sworn Letitia. The second shell crab can be found southwest of the Cinderbrew meadery, sitting on a tree root. For the third, head to the smaller of the 2 islands in the northeast of the Isle of Dorn, and you'll find the shell crab sitting up on a rock formation next to a tree trunk. The fourth is on the hillside northeast of Storm's Watch, tucked in underneath a couple of trees. For the fifth, head just east of Dar Oztan, and you'll find the shell crab in between a tree and a rock. Finally, the sixth one can be found on the large tree at the top of Storm's Watch. You might want to switch to steady flight for this one, since you will need to land on a branch in the tree to get to the shell crab. Try to land as close to the shell crab as possible, as it is easy to fall off the tree branch while trying to get to the shell crab. With all 6 shell crabs found, head back to Frey-sworn Letitia, and talking to her will reward the toy Hannah's Locket. Up next, for the magical treasure chest, find the fish Lionel flopping on the shore on a small island southwest of Dornegal. Talk to Lionel to return him to the water, and he will ask for a mill. On the shore around the island, collect 5 of the small, plump snap crabs on the island shore and return to Lionel. Talk to him to receive the magical treasure chest containing a sapphire crab pet. For the mushroom cap, head to Boskroot Basin and talk to Ulart the Self-Exiled, who will ask for a Boskroot cap. You'll find these scattered around Boskroot Basin. Look for the tall, skinny red mushroom. Your mouse cursor will also change when you mouse over one. Grab the Boskroot cap and head back to talk to Ulart, and he will drop the mushroom cap. For the Mosswool flower, go north of Rambleshire and you'll see a lost Mosswool sitting up on the rocks. You need to click the lost Mosswool 3 times, and it will run away after each click and then disappear. Simply follow the direction that the lost Mosswool is heading, and you'll find it again not far from where it disappears. After clicking it the 3rd time, it will drop a Mosswool flower that rewards the pet Little Moss Rosie. The Jade Pearl is a really easy one. Just head to the largest island off the northeast coast of the Isle of Dorn, and on the east side of the island you'll find a small cove where you can find the Jade Pearl buried halfway in the sand. Note that you can only loot this treasure once per account. For the Infused Cinderbrew, you'll head to Boulder Springs. On the counter in front of the brew and towel vendor, you'll see the Infused Cinderbrew. Clicking on it will reward you with the Infused Fire Honey Milk item. For Turtle's Thanks, you'll first want to grab some items including 5 Dornish pike, 1 golden gill trout, and 1 fish and chips. All of these can be bought at the auction house, or you can fish up the fish and make the fish and chips with crafting if you have cooking at skill level 35. Once you have the items, talk to the Dalaran sewer turtle up the hill at Freywold Village. Offer the turtle 5 Dornish pike, and then you need to fly away for a short distance and fly back to reset the turtle for the next request. Next, offer the turtle the Golden Gill trout, and this time when you fly away and back, you'll note that he has left. Head to Dornegal at the Stone Shaper's atrium, and you'll see a gathering of turtles and a rat. Talk to the Dalaran sewer turtle, and it will drop the turtle's thanks containing a Dalaran sewer turtle pet. For the mysterious orb, head to Thunderhead Peak and talk to the Weary Water Elemental. He'll mention a lost pearl. Fly directly down from the elemental's position, and in the water you'll see an elemental pearl. Grab the pearl, head back to the Weary Water Elemental, and give it the pearl, and you are rewarded with the mysterious orb containing the Water Lord's iridescent gem. For Thak's treasure, you'll go to Storm's Watch, and up on the rocks next to the main building, talk to the Kobold Thak. He will eventually offer to show you where he found a nice thing. Follow Thak, and you'll see Thak's treasure. Loot the treasure to be rewarded with some crafting gems. The Kobold Pickaxe can be found at Morning Rise, sitting on a broken stone monument. Looting the pickaxe rewards the Kobold Mastermind's Pivel. For the Shimmering Opal Lily, head to the Opal Crag where you found the rare Emperor Pitfang. Note, at the opening you can find a parachute to safely fall down to the passage. Once at the bottom, go to the plant growth area directly to your northeast to find the Shimmering Opal Lily among the plants. Looting it rewards a Null Lotus crafting reagent. And finally, the web-wrapped axe can be found inside the tower at Dar Khazad. Looting it rewards the Storm Defender's axe weapon. Flat Earthen is a quick and easy achievement to complete. For this, you head into the blacksmithing area at the forge grounds in Dornegal. You'll see a hydraulic press near the blacksmithing trainer. Simply stand underneath and get pancaked to complete the achievement, and now you have ended the 231 days without a safety incident in Dornegal. For the We're Here All Night achievement, you simply need to participate in all of the plays at the Theater Troupe event. The particular play can change at the top of each hour, so you can check which one is up at those times to eventually get the achievement completed. For a Star of Dorn, you need to unlock all of the actor perks for the Theater Troupe event. These are all linked to gaining renown with the Council of Dornegal, and to unlock all of them requires reaching renown level 21. In total, there are 4 perks unlocked at the following renown levels: Attention Getter at renown 3, Quick Change Artist at renown 8, Authenticity and Dress at renown 14, and Resonant Performance at renown 21. Finally, for the Rock to Sleep achievement, you need to locate all of the inert earthen in the Ringing Deeps and read their plaques. Venedez can be found in Gundergaz. Fly up from the entrance to the Awakening Machine, and behind the second level of piping, you'll find the inert earthen and plaque. You'll need to land on a small platform, so if needed, you can switch to steady flight to make the landing easier. For Hathlaz, you head to the Candle Slag Quarry. Up on the rocks at the eastern end of the quarry, you'll find the inert earthen with the plaque at his feet. To get to Uzgaz, head to the Lost Mines, slightly northeast of Gundergaz, and on a rock plateau that is jutting out above you, you'll find the inert earthen with the plaque at his feet. Atwagaz is another earthen that is found on a rock plateau jutting out above you, this one in the Warrens area. Fly up and you'll find the inert earthen with the plaque. For Gundrig, head to the Lightless Chasm just north of where the Ringing Deep's world boss location is. Way up high, you'll see a rock plateau with stalagmite-type rock formations. Fly over and you'll see the inert earthen sitting at the edge of the plateau and the plaque behind her. To find Marunth, head to the Abyssal Excavation area. Up on the piping, you'll find the inert earthen and the plaque embedded in the pipe directly in front of her. Alfretha can be found in the Living Grotto area. On the rocks just before you head toward Ashkahet, you'll find the inert earthen and the plaque directly in front of her. To find Ferrerco, fly up to the hilly rock formations directly east of the Waterworks Delve entrance. Here you'll find the inert earthen and the plaque embedded in the rock behind her. Kratdaz can be found in Shimmermist Falls northwest of the Waterworks. Up high on a rock formation between 2 waterfalls, you'll find the inert earthen with the plaque at his feet. Finally, Sithilga is found at the northernmost end of Thak. You'll find the inert Earthen up on the rocks near rock grinding machinery with the plaque at her feet. Note that you will not be able to interact with the plaque unless you have completed the quest Ghost of a Company Town, which converts Thak into a different phasing. Completing the achievements required for the Xal Not Pass meta achievement does take some time and effort. But in the end, you gain 2 new cool mounts, and you get to light up more of that interface, which is always a thing for us completionists. And going through these achievements, you begin to realize just how much is hidden in the game that we rarely run across in our daily adventures. So our ask is, did this video provide what you needed? Is there more information than you need, or are there areas that we missed that you would have liked to see? As we cover the other 4 zones and related achievements, we want to make sure that we're giving you the best and most pertinent guides. As always, let us know your thoughts and any questions you have down below in the comments, and make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you always know what's coming up next. And a special shout out to our members for your continued support. We thank you very, very much. And everyone, have a great day.